So last year I made an experimental video where I connected this DSTV HD decoder to multiple TV using AV out and extended it to up to 15 meters with a LAN cable. So the question will be, will the signal be clear? How do you connect it and all that? In that video, I told you that I'm going to do the part 2 where I'll show you how I connected it, the do's and don'ts, and also show you the outcome and compare it side by side with HDMI and also the one coming from AV cable. As human that we are, I forgot. And last week, one of you asked me in the comment section, where is the part 2? So that's what we're here for. You ready? Let's jump right in. Okay, welcome back again to Smart Depot, and I'm so excited to have you on this one. If you watched our video before, welcome. If you're new to the channel, why not click on that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell icon to get videos like this. If you haven't watched the part 1 of this video, I'll recommend you watch it. I asked in that video, why do I use Cat 6 instead of Cat 5? So to use Cat 6 to extend an AVI signal, Cat 6 has higher quality and lower resistance. So if you're going beyond 30 meters, so you probably need a Cat 6, but my experiment was 15 meters, but since I had Cat 6 cable, I was able to just use it for that. Now I'm going to show you the connections. AVI signals are analog signals, so what it means, you can put any different wire to connect it. It's different from HDMI. So HDMI is very, very expensive in terms of the cable, the distributors, the adapters. So first of all, let's go into how do we even connect the AVI to the LAN cable. Since the AV cable is terminated with 3.5 millimeter plug, we're going to check which one is which with our multimeter. So hold the positive of the yellow, which is video, and we'll test it is the mid one, the second one from down, and then we hold the other one which is red, and then we check it, and then we hold the one that is white audio, and then we check the positive line which is on the tip of the 3.5 millimeter plug. So once you know this right now, you will be able to know what to connect to, and after that we can now cut this cable. We're going to deal with part of the side that have to do with the 3.5 millimeter, and then we're going to bring our LAN cable. So here you have your white of orange and orange, white of brown, brown, white of blue. So you just write down the ones you want to use for your connection. There is 6, and I want to use those 6, building separate negative line for all of them. And then after that, I will start soldering. Of course, you can join this thing with your finger, just, blend the wire very well, mix it very well and tape it. But, I love to solder things when I'm bored. So I'm going to solder them, and it's kind of more fun, and it makes it to be more stable to avoid, partial contact or some interference. So yeah, that's where I'm going to solder all of them. So the second thing I do after soldering is the most critical part. So the main colors are the ones that have the positive line. So the white of them is the one that have the negative. So I'm going to cover it and properly insulate it with a white tape, this plaster kind of tape. And then for the positive line that carries the main signal on the positive line, I'm going to use the normal black tape to cover it up. So this way there won't be any interference coming in easily. And after I've done with this, I'll still have to do the final coating of insulation to really protect and cover this very, very well. So here is where I've covered each of the line, about 6 lines here, each one positive and negative. And then here is me now arranging it carefully and now covering it also with tape. So you can see I've done the 3.5 millimeter termination end that will go back into the DSTV HD decoder. So I'll also do the next thing, the same thing for the other parts. Well, the second part is running the cable to whatever distance you want the TV to come. You can connect multiple TVs to the same junction and then join it to AVI. So yeah, I'm not going to show you how I went to the ceiling. It wasn't funny, but I was able to go into the ceiling through the manhole and then bring it to the room that I want to run it with, and then have to connect it and solder it. Having drawn down the cable from the roof, and the distance is about 13 meters, I'm going to use my LAN to crimp out the cable and do the same thing I did on the other 3.5 millimeter end here. So I'm not going to bore you with all the details here. I have to use my nail cutter, to peel out, the wire from the mouth. You have to be careful to make sure you don't put any tension on the wires. And as I said before, I always love to solder when I'm bored, and most thing I do instead of joining wire, I have to solder it and make sure that it's strong, because my soldering is always on point. So here, after soldering all of them, this is the way it looks. I'm going to now test it. Before I start, insulating it with tape, I'm going to switch to the AVI to be sure that our connection is okay. And there it is. Whoa, it is okay, and it's looking very sharp and crisp. Wow. This is about 15 meters from the DSTV decoder, and it's looking sharp with AV. And this is an old TV, about 13-year-old, Samsung TV, or 14-year-old Samsung TV. I can't even tell. It's very old TV, and it is this sharp. So let's go in right now. So what I'm about to do now is to also do the same installation. Now I want to do this installation while the display is on, to be able to be sure that I don't, do anything stupid, or, shake or cut anything. So I'm going to run all this while the display is on. So let me bring it closer so you see the same format. I run the positive line with the black tape, and I cover the negative line with the white looking plaster kind of tape. And when I've done that, I will now bring all of them, keep it gently, and then I will use the black tape to cover all of them. It blocks out waves and signals, and it's very, very good for external interferences. So once I've done it like this, I'll wrap it around to make sure that it has enough strength in case if somebody's pulling it, it won't really get to the joint. So let's go in and enjoy our AV after everything. So this is the big TV that has HDMI in the parlor. This is the 2022 Sony 64K TV, 4K TV. So on HDMI. Now I'm going to keep them side by side. Come on, is there any difference? Of course, I wanted to be the judge of that. So back to the big TV, I can use this one to do Netflix and watch other things, Disney, whatever, while the kids are watching their DSTV. So yeah, that's it. This technique is applicable to every analog camera, including IP cameras. You can use it to run the connection. You can use it to extend it to anywhere, and you will still get the sharpest, crispy looking video. I'm going to place them side by side. So side by side, you can see the smaller TV is about 13 years old. The newer one is just a year old, and the difference is not even much, even with the better panel on the bigger one that is running with HDMI compared to the older TV that is running with AV. So that's it. You can apply this. Let me hear from you in the comment section. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and until I see you in the next one, it is peace. Subscribe. I'll see you.